I'm fucking freezing. I don't have a blanket. I don't have any way to get up the mountains. I have no fucking help with carrying any of that shit. Meanwhile, y'all want to pass judgment on me because I'm not able to do shit for myself. Well, you know what? I'm not going to fucking apologize. I'm not the one who fucking bullied me to this point. You are. Let's try 988 Coward's Line, right? Is that what we should do? We'll do that in a minute. Yes. Yes. Oh. 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 I'll be pretty easy shit to do if I didn't have to fucking stuff everything in my goddamn car. Being fucking forced into homelessness by goddamn chimos and fucking rapists. Jesus goddamn Christ, what the fuck is wrong with you? So let's call this 988 number and tell these fucking pieces of shit what they really are.
You've reached the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Para español, marque el número 2. To talk to the Veterans Crisis Line, press 1. To connect
Fuck
to
off, you dumb cunt.
LGBTQI+ youth and young adults, press 3. Otherwise, to talk with a counselor, stay on the line or press 0. To improve 988, your call may be monitored and recorded.
Go fuck yourself.
If you stay on the line at the end of the call, you may be invited to participate in a short survey.
Oh, how exciting!
For a counselor who is available to talk. You'll hear music while we do this, and we'll give you an update in 30 seconds. You are not alone. We care and want to support you.
You don't fucking care! You don't fucking care!
988 Nebraska, how can I help?
Hi, my name is Sean. And I'm actually calling to bitch you people out for getting people killed and for blowing off homeless victims and for taking advantage of people. This stuff isn't okay.
Who's doing that? Sorry, it was hard to tell who you said.
All y'all at 988. You're one of a bunch of lines that a bunch of us homeless people are sent around in circles on because cops don't want to do their jobs. And then I call 988 and I get to deal with somebody playing stupid. I'm tired of it.
Right.
Who am I supposed to call when I'm being abused? And why am I being sent to 988 and 211 and 911 when literally all those places do is send me around in circles and tell me it's someone else's job? The police won't do their jobs for homeless people. How much does it take for people to figure that out? They won't do their job for homeless people. That doesn't mean that homeless people are all evil. It means that cops are fucking lazy.
Right. And so you said that you're being referred to talk to 988. Who's telling you to reach out?
No, you're not fucking reaching out. You're not fucking help. You're not nothing. You're 988 Suicide and Crisis Line. But you don't give a shit about somebody in crisis. All you give a fuck about is the stuff that discredits the goddamn victim. You let them harm us until we want our lives to end, and then you fucking punish us for wanting our lives to end. You know what? None of us out here would want our lives to end if we weren't treated so horribly and sent on a magic fucking carpet ride of one goddamn phone number after another. I am a goddamn human being.
Right. It sounds like you've felt like when you've reached out here, it hasn't been helpful.
No, it hasn't been helpful. Being abused by people at 988 is not help. Being taken advantage of by people at 988 is not help. Them pretending that it's not their job to do something about abuse against at-risk adults is completely stupid. That's literally what we pay you for.
Right. No, I can tell that you have strong feelings, about 988, and I'm curious what made you reach out today.
To bitch at you.
Okay, well,
I tried doing it professionally. I tried doing it professionally. I tried talking to y'all's boss. And you know what? All I got was head games. Head games, head games, head games. Could y'all please hire some men there? I'd like for someone to be honest with me instead of playing head games. Men are not taught to do that. We're trained to do it once we become adults. We have to learn how to be that way, where you are taught to be that way from birth. We're taught that we're supposed to protect women, and women are taught to play fucking head games. We're taught from birth that we're supposed to protect women and children, and women are taught from birth how to manipulate that.
Right. Now, I understand, Sean, that you're frustrated with 988. However, I can't have a phone call with you if your main goal is to complain and call us abusive. So I hope when you want support that you'll reach out.
So you're not allowed to take complaints about abuse by the people at 988? Oh, she fucking hung up already.
Lifeline. Para español, marque el número 2. To talk to the Veterans Crisis Line, press 1. To connect to support for LGBTQI+ youth and young adults, press 3. Otherwise, to talk with a counselor, stay on the line or press 0. To improve 988, your call may be monitored and recorded. If you stay on the line at the end of the call, you may be invited to participate.
They'll hang up by the end of the call.
We are checking for a counselor who is available to talk.
No, you don't have any fucking counselors. Stop lying to people.
Update in 30 seconds. You are not alone.
Bullshit.
We want to support you. Someone will be with you soon.
Bullshit.
988, Nebraska Crisis. How can I help you?
Well, I was calling up to complain about how I've been treated by 988 when the lady that I was talking with hung up on me. Apparently, you guys think that you are above the law. Y'all think that you can get away with doing it whatever you want and that it's okay to talk down to homeless, disabled men like they're trash. Apparently, that's okay.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, gosh. I don't know who you just spoke with, and I'm sorry that happened to you. Were you calling it in crisis when you were hung up on, or?
Obviously. That's the thing, is that instead of people recognizing that not everybody there is calling because they want to fucking kill themselves, and that's all you guys care about. It's a 988 crisis as well, right? Crisis? Well, when somebody is in crisis, what's it generally from? It's generally from abuse. So if somebody's calling 988 crisis line, it's because they're being abused and they've been sent around in circles and everybody says it's not their job to do anything about abuse.
Okay, well, I'm glad you called back, and what I'm going to do is I am going to pass your concern and complaint onto a supervisor, just so you know, okay?
Well, the last person to say that said that she was wanted to argue with me for almost 30 minutes over getting a hold of her boss. And then when she was going to transfer me, she hung up instead. This is what I'm having to deal with. I never get to actually get an actual complaint started and finished. Like, I just get abused over and over. I get hung up on.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to pass that on, okay? So that's going to be read by a supervisor. In the meantime, how can I help you this morning?
I'm an autistic adult. but I'm not retarded. I got a high IQ. I need to be able to turn in my predators.
Okay.
Do what?
No, and I agree with you. That would have nothing to do with your IQ. It's just that diagnosis that you've had. So are you struggling with some of that this morning?
No, I'm struggling with people's abuse. People abuse us every day. That includes police officers. That's what I'm struggling with. Being abused. Abuse over and over and over again. Non-stop abuse. If I'm not being abused, I'm being neglected. If it's not one, it's the other. I can't take care of myself anymore because of abuse by police officers. But then I can't turn it in to anybody because literally everyone tells me it's not their job.
I see. So feeling kind of unsupported and...
No, I am unsupported. I am absolutely unsupported. I'm an at-risk adult.
One of your...
And I'm being taken advantage of because I'm an at-risk adult. There's supposed to be laws to protect us, but instead of them protecting us, police use those as excuses to harm us. They go out of their way to talk over us so they don't hear any details, just like most of the 988 people. It's impossible to get help stopping abuse when everybody wants to talk around you, talk in circles, and send you on to somebody else.
Do you have any kind of, I guess what you'd call it, formal support in a counselor or someone like that to kind of build from one?
No. I do not need a crackhead to make a free profit. I need help turning in predators, and I can't do it myself because I'm talked over. No, I don't need a counselor. No, I don't need another therapist. I don't need another person that's going to set me off for 30 days, and then I got to go back in 30 days, and again 30 days after that, and again 30 days after that. When I am harmed, I need someone who I can call and say, hey, I was just assaulted, and have them take it seriously, instead of blowing me off and telling me that it's someone else's job. People are dead because the cops didn't want to do their jobs. Do you think they're going to do their job to investigate themselves after that? No, they're not. I'm in Tillamook, Oregon, because officers in Chapel, Nebraska didn't want to do their job. Instead, what they wanted to do, I'm not sure if you know what the county safekeep program is there in Nebraska. It's where a cop, if he wants to do what?
Go ahead.
In Nebraska.
Can you hear me okay?
Do what?
I just said I'm still here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Now, could you stop interrupting and let me talk? Please. All right, it's hard, and I am afraid to speak. I'm afraid that every time I talk, I'm going to be interrupted. Every time. I am in a state of crisis. That doesn't mean I'm trying to kill myself. That means that people are harming me, and nobody will do anything about it. I'm only disabled when the police want to use it as an excuse to harm me, when predators want to use an excuse to harm me, to pretend that I'm crazy so it's okay to hurt me, and don't listen to me because I'm crazy, and so on and so on. This is horse shit.
So you're feeling you're getting the same treatment in your new state of Oregon as well, huh?
Ma'am, my best friend was shot in the head and it was put all over the news. Yeah, everywhere that I go, I'm going to deal with this treatment. I have literally thousands of phones.
You're not getting help.
Do what?
If you're not getting help from others, if you're not getting help, right, from others, how are you helping yourself?
I can't. That's the problem. Is that I can't take care of myself, and everyone capitalizes on that.
Do you have a place to live there? Are you on the streets, or do you have
No. Time out. I had a place to live in Nebraska. The cops wouldn't do their job there. They won't do their job anywhere. I was forced into homelessness because cops act with impunity. If you don't do what they want, whether it's legal or not, they can break the law and have every part of your life destroyed, just like a woman can.
So I want to visit with you and give you a chance to talk and vent. Let's focus on today. How can I best help you today? What's going on today that's got you, pretty heated up? I know you said.
How about you let me finish what I was saying? How about we not change the subject and focus only on what you want to redirect it to? How about we focus on the abuse? How about we focus on getting some details about that abuse? See, that's been the problem this whole time, me being called all sorts of, call this place, call that place, this place will help you, that place will help you. Well, none of them help, and none of them inform these other places that are telling us to go to you that that's not what you do.
Well, we do visit with anyone in crisis, and you're right, you don't have to be suicidal, which you said you don't. You're not. You don't want to kill yourself. You're a person in crisis. If you're reporting any type of abuse, though, you would need to call other agencies. We're not a reporting line. You would need to call, Adult Protective Services.
And see, that's the thing that all these other places do too. They all tell me that it's your job, or 211's job, or 911's job. All right, I have been through 7 years of it's nobody's job. If it's not your job, the least you guys can do is call up with me and say it's not your jobs to these different agencies. Because that's all you guys do is pawn us off on other agencies. You're all talking agencies. Meanwhile, you are mandated reporters. Everyone in Nebraska. Everyone in Nebraska is a mandated reporter. Everyone in Nebraska is a mandated reporter. There is not a single man, woman, or child in the state of Nebraska who is not a mandated reporter. I am aware of the laws there.
And yes, I'm familiar with that too, and everyone is a mandated reporter. Have you reported the abuse? You said to police that they said they didn't listen. They didn't turn ear and they were abusive.
They bullied me. Sheriff Scott DaCosta and his deputies bullied me for almost 2.5 years, almost 3.5 years, sorry, over the death of Natalie Bollinger, someone who died in a different state. Sheriff Scott DaCosta had... Do what?
And that was all in the state of Nebraska?
No, most of it was.
Okay.
The problem is that I've been shipped around from one place to another, told that the grass is greener on the other side. No, it's not. When a mandated reporter pawns you off on another mandated reporter who pawns you off on another mandated reporter, that's what gets people killed. That right there. Pushing somebody who is trying to turn in crimes committed against them. Pushing them to either say that they want to kill themselves or others, or you're not going to help them. That's gross. Scott DaCosta committed a lot of crimes against me over the death of Natalie Bollinger. And a lot of other people in Chapel, Nebraska did too. And while I was sent to other jurisdictions to try to turn him in, all those jurisdictions said it's not their job. Nebraska State Patrol said it's not their job. They said it's not their job to police the police. Well, Scott DaCosta sent me back to him time and again. And Nebraska State Patrol kept on telling me I had to turn in Scott DaCosta to Scott DaCosta. If you had to turn in your rapist, literally to your rapist, how would you feel about that? How safe would you feel?
So you've turned it in and you feel like they put it off?
No, I haven't turned it in. I've tried and been denied over and over. Tried is the operative word there. Homeless people aren't people to anyone else in the United States except other homeless people. And even then, only rarely, because most of the homeless people here in Oregon are junkies. Most of them are strung out on fentanyl. You go to Nebraska, the biggest issue you guys is the mass quantities of methamphetamines that pretty much the entire state has been getting from you. It's that anhydrous ammonia.
So, Sean, I just want to make sure I'm hearing everything correctly, okay? Because I don't know that I've spoken to you before. You're saying, so there's a person in Nebraska who raped you, Don?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Like a
I'm saying that if someone commits a crime against you, being forced to go back to the person who committed the crime against you is immoral and illegal. Sending me back to Scott DaCosta to have Scott DaCosta investigate himself is a conflict of interest. And that has happened everywhere that I have been. Every single place that I have been, police officers are abhorrent fucking shits to the homeless. Scott DaCosta assaulted me. Him and a state trooper named Lassen decided that assaulting me for trying to turn in Scott DaCosta when they lied and said that a state trooper was going to come and get me and take me somewhere safe so I could make a report. But they didn't. What they did instead is assault me. You know, sticking their knee on the back of my neck like they did to George Floyd, that's not an okay thing to do. Having me taken to a hospital and telling the hospital that I'm schizophrenic because they don't want to be told on. That's not okay either. That's also a felony. Scott DaCosta.
So the very people you had to so the very people that they wanted you to go to and report to are the ones that harmed you.
Yes, ma'am, and they were aware of that too, while they played stupid for 18 months before Nebraska State Patrol finally told me that it was Nebraska State Patrol Troop E's job to investigate it. But Nebraska State Patrol Troop E still didn't investigate it. They set up an appointment with me to come and see me, told me not to bother to show up unless they called me back, and the lady had to go talk to her boss. Her name was Sergeant Jones of Nebraska State Patrol Troop E. She didn't show up. Instead, I got assaulted by a registered sex offender named Robert Franklin Warnick. I tried to turn that into the police on multiple occasions because he'd been harassing me and threatening my life all the way since 2018, the early part of 2018. And he wasn't the only one in Chapel, Nebraska taking part. There's also Clint Snell and Carl Snell and Chris Kurth, and the cops would not do a thing.
So, adult protective services, right? If you're a vulnerable adult.
I already called Adult Protective Services. Adult Protective Services will not do them. They will not do their job for a disabled adult who has to go in alone. I had to go in alone. I have recordings with Adult Protective Services committing felonies and lying to me outright because they just don't want to do their job, including lying to me about legal procedure because an act of God is not a legal procedure. Trying to deter a victim from turning it in by saying it'll take an act of God, that's not okay. Out of any of these people, they're supposed to be professionals. For the cops to use to use their police department as a tool for instant vendetta against anybody who tells on them, this is immoral. It's illegal. It is highly illegal.
So it sounds like you did report to the correct agency.
No, I tried to report and was not allowed. I was played head games. You are obviously not listening to what I'm saying. You're rewording things into obviously things that I did not say. And that's not okay. It's not okay to reword what the victim said into something else.
Right, and I'm sorry if you feel that way. It helps me to try to understand your situation better, which is why I asked kind of clarifying, questions.
Well, you've
So,
told me that I
what
did turn it in
say?
4 times already in this conversation. No, I haven't turned it in. I haven't gotten past the talking part with a single goddamn officer. Not once. Instead of police doing their
Okay,
jobs, they show up and they tell me that it's not their job. It's not their job. Well, if it's not their job, if it's mental health's job to investigate crimes against me, then mental health needs to investigate those crimes. When mental health says it's not their job to investigate, that I have to go to the police, and I explain to them I went to the police already, and they say, oh, well, there's nothing we can do. Yes, there is. Instead of pretending that the cops did their jobs, you pay attention to the fact that I'm turning in actual crimes. I'm telling you the names of the actual predators. I'm telling you Scott DaCosta's name. That's the sheriff of Dual County, Nebraska. I'm not telling you any of this because I want you to say you're sorry. I'm telling you this because you're a mandated reporter. I turned it in when it happened, and no one did a thing. They wanted to talk over me and reword everything that I said, and yes, that is going to get annoying to literally anybody that you do it to. No, I was not allowed to turn in the crimes against me.
So, what I'm hearing is these are state agencies, right? I mean, a trooper, the police department is an agency of the state.
Yes.
And the only thing I can think of that you haven't mentioned would be ombudsman.
I called the ombudsman.
Kind of
They don't listen to homeless people either. Nobody listens to homeless people. Nobody. I called the ombudsman. They wouldn't listen. They were busy talking over me. That's the problem, is that nobody pays any attention to my disabilities except to exploit them.
Sean, are you on disability in Oregon?
Yes, ma'am, and I was on disability in Nebraska too, until I was bullied and picked on and harassed and threatened until I had to move. That includes Scott DaCosta breaking the law to have me put in prison. You know what? I wasn't even charged with felonies. I was charged with misdemeanors against 4 people who I was trying to turn in. That's Scott DaCosta, his receptionist Leslie Snell, a former Denver officer by the name of William Barr, and of course, registered Nebraska sex offender Robert Franklin Warnick. When I tried to turn them in, they coordinated to make sure that I couldn't, that my rights were completely violated, and my predators got away. Because it doesn't matter who I am as a human being. What matters is that I'm homeless. So it's okay to treat me like a junk.
I'm hearing you out, but on my end, I've looked through the options of we would report that too. Okay, and you've already reported that. You as a first party adult, okay, you've already reported that. So
Alright, I've heard you talking for almost a minute straight. The problem is that I'm having to relocate, so my vehicle is going. My passenger window has a hole in it, so I can't. Please, time out. I'm just driving to a new location. Please stop talking. I can't understand what you're saying. Fucking hung up. See, that's the thing. It's not that I'm not expressing what the fuck is going on. It's that these dumb cunts want to reword every goddamn thing I say. Why do they reword it? They try to reword it to something that they don't have to do their jobs about. Meanwhile, I'm out here fucking freezing, right? You expect me to do all this shit from hell? What fucking good does calling any of these goddamn places do when they're just gonna talk in fucking circles? Yeah, we'll just reword it so that it's magically okay. No, it's not fucking okay. I can't fucking take care of myself when I'm fucking taken advantage of by all these places. They don't give a holy fuck about me. They don't care about you either. Good morning. If somebody's not able to do something, does that make it okay to take advantage of them because they're not able to do it? Huh? Does it make it okay? Of course you think it does. I got $25 to pay a portion of my fine this month. That's been part of it. To go get warm because I'm fucking freezing. So much for respect, right? I'm gonna have to go back through the video and listen to what the hell that lady said because I couldn't hear a goddamn thing she was saying. I was busy relocating. And yeah, sometimes I gotta do that. Fuck this goddamn country. Anyway, I gotta get this shit paid today or I have to wait till Monday to pay it because that place ain't open on Friday. How you doing, Mexican 445? You still on here? Have you tried sending anything out? Mexican 445 type yes, I can try. You typed that a few days ago. I hope you try. I really do. The longer it takes you to try, the less I believe you'll try. No disrespect by that. It's the fact that I don't believe anyone. I don't trust anyone. In order for me to trust somebody, they got to give me a reason to trust them. I've been exposing child molesters and rapists and finding missing people for most of my adult life. My predators got to pretend that they were me. They got to pretend like they actually care about others. Like they've been the ones out finding missing people. Like they're the ones that drove 1,700 miles because their friend was going to commit suicide. Like they're the ones who drove 1,700 miles to get away when it went south. Mexican 445 typed, I can try right now. Let me charge my computer. What do you want me to do again? I want you to explain that I'm being abused and I can't take care of myself. That I'm being taken advantage of. You could show the situation with Clearview Behavioral Health or Waylon Lolatai of Boulder, Colorado, or Natalie Bollinger, or any of these 988 or 911 or 211 calls that I've had to make. None of these people should have pawned me off on anyone. It was a police officer's job to do their job right away, and they chose not to because I'm homeless. Help compile this stuff and get it sent to where it needs to go. People like Tina Kotek. It's got to go to Nebraska, Colorado, and Washington State, and Oregon, of course. Wyoming, a lot of different places. But if you can make the original letter explaining the abuse and how hard I'm trying on here to get heard and how I'm talked over, I mean, this is all important stuff. These people are taking advantage of disabled folks. By the way, these are considered crimes against humanity. There is no statute of limitations on whether or not these people can be charged. All of them can be charged because there is no statute of limitations on it. The problem is that there is a statute of limitations on the evidence. After a year, the cops are allowed to destroy their body camera evidence. That's how most of my predators got away, is that my friends claim that they would help, and then they play retarded like they don't know how. Let me ask you something. If your daughter got a hold of you and told you that she was raped here in Oregon, how would you turn it in? How would you turn it in from Mexico or from Russia or from Canada? You'd find a way, wouldn't you? Mexican 445 type, who do you want me to send the mail to? Probably Oregon State Troopers and Tina Kotek, who is the governor's advocacy office. Basically, if you make the letter, make it so we can send it out to a lot of different people. Explain that there's a lot of evidence, but that I'm being taken advantage of. That I literally can't take care of myself, and I am literally being forced to break the law to try to be heard. I don't want to break the law. If you're a dummy who leaves your kid in the car and it's a hot fucking day, I don't want to break your window. It's not that I am some sort of criminal. It's that lives are at stake. There's all the racism I gotta deal with, and there's a bunch of that stuffed in here. But you know what? I don't have access to sit down with my computer in peace and quiet and just work on what I need to. I explain my disabilities to the best of my ability, but that's difficult when you're talked over constantly. When everyone shows that they have no respect for you, they don't care about you as a human being. My little sister and her friend ripped me off for over $2,000. About $1,800 and a $400 drone that I was going to use for helping find missing people. Not that it matters, I don't have the ability to do this shit from inside of a car, and when I had low-income housing, nobody fucking helped me. It was just me sitting in that fucking place going, Jesus Christ. The people who offered to help me, like David and Katie Saltzman, they disappeared. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. Nothing more shameful in America than Americans. Mexican 445 typed, you said Oregon State Troopers. Oregon State Troopers. Yeah, the state police. Explain that I've been threatened, harassed, and intimidated by Officer Lothman repeatedly. That there are recordings on my channel of actual victims of rape. One of them spoke up just yesterday about a man named Eli Friend. He's also one of the people harassed by Officer Reeves over an assault by Officer Reeves against a 14-year-old girl. Deputy Reeves. Alright, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna waste some pot coffee I don't have. It's fucking freezing out here. I don't have the money to buy a coffee. The money that I have is for a fine. But I'm fucking freezing. I should go inside now because I'm fucking freezing. My blankets are in the mountains. I had a blanket down here, but I gave it away. I also had a better jacket, but I gave it away. I don't have the ability to go to the place where they give out free clothes because three of my predators work there. When a woman decides that she's going to mansplain everything at you and bully you for trying to turn in your predators, she herself becomes a predator. Mexican 445 type, do you mind if you type the info in the chat? I'm not capable. That's one of the problems is I keep trying to explain. I'm disabled. I can't do all of this stuff the way that people are asking. There's a reason that I have a YouTube channel. And if I had people helping me to turn it in, helping me to get a place again so I could type it, but that didn't happen, did it? When I had a place, no one gave a shit. They ignored me because I was in a place, so everything must be fine. No, I can't type it all out. I can't. It's not possible. Not in the conditions that I'm in. No, I can't type in my own chat on this goddamn phone. I can't. I've tried over and over again. It won't let me. I click the little chat thing down here at the bottom, and it says top chat, live chat, or none. So it literally doesn't give me the option of typing anything. That's why you can go back and listen to the videos, which is what I have to do. Except I can't, and you can.